Hi, this is Beth Bueller with Hope Unlimited, where we help overwhelmed professionals excel. I've been giving some thought lately to some of the common themes that I pick up on for overwhelmed professionals, and maybe even things I feel as a sometimes overwhelmed professional myself. So, as I'm starting to kind of get clarity on common themes, I want to address some of those in some of these videos. And today I want to mention habits. We all have rhythms and routines that we practice, whether intentionally or maybe by default. One in particular is something that many of us do. It's that morning cup of coffee or tea. Now, I'm not saying that all of you drink coffee or tea every work morning, but many do, to the point where it's not an uncommon theme in business writing or movies or whatever that people are having coffee, gathering at coffee shops. Coffee is quite a theme in our world today. Many of our habits can be good and helpful to our careers, and some may not be so good or helpful. But the whole very nature of a habit is that we do it without thinking. We've just become so routine with it and repetitious. So my challenge to you whenever you watch this video is to either today or the next day, consciously think about 3 habits you're participating in that relate to your job. And then ask yourself, are these habits really serving me well in my career? Let me give you an example of a habit that you could tweak to even improve some things in your career, and it's parking. Now, for those of you who don't drive a car to where you work, maybe take a train or a bus, this may not apply, but you might still be able to adjust a couple things. And for those that work at home, I'm sorry, this one may not apply to you. But for the majority of people who do drive or commute at least sometimes to an office, do you have the habit of parking in the same general area or even the same spot every single day? We're creatures of habit. We tend to get comfortable with a certain familiar spot. So I bet many of you say, yes, I always park on the right side of the building under the shade tree. I try to get there early. Nothing wrong with planning that way and getting comfortable and familiar with something. But let me urge you that maybe you could tweak that habit, make a couple of changes to it, and see some improvements to some things in your professional life. Well, how's that? Here's one. If you're looking to add more steps to your life, would it be wise to park on the opposite end of the building so that at the end of the day you have to walk all the way through the building and out to that parking lot, adding 200 to 500 steps to your day's step total? Now, if you can do that safely, I don't advocate parking way out if you're going to be leaving at night or anything like that, but keeping your safety in mind, are you able to add some steps to your day by parking a row or 2 back? Managers, maybe by parking in different parts of the parking lot, one, you can evaluate what things are looking like from the idea of visitors, and maybe one part of the parking lot's not real neat or attractive. Maybe you wouldn't notice that if you always park in the executive lot or park on one side of the building. Also, if you park in different places, you might enter the building at a different place, and it could give you the opportunity to interact with different colleagues. Or again, if you're a manager, you may walk through the building and see some of your employees or team members that you don't normally interact with and strike up a conversation or get a feel for what their day is like, simply by parking in a whole different place and walking into the building in at a different door or in a different way, or maybe even adjusting your timing for the benefit of interacting with those that you work with or who might work for you. That's just one example of how making a tweak to a habit can improve your professional life and maybe increase some of the relationships you have, which is usually helpful sometimes when it comes to networking benefits and just a sense of camaraderie and culture. And it may even help your physical health by giving you a few extra steps a day. I'd love to hear what habits you considered and what tweaks you decided to make. Put it in the comments, or you can write me at bethbueller.com/contact. Right there is where you can send in an email, or you can also link to all my social media networks and write me there or connect that way. In the meantime, I hope you have a wonderful day excelling as a professional. Be sure to be a blessing to other people as well. Thank you.